How's it going, guys? PK's on the phone again, and I'm gonna quickly check the traditional assets and check some potential trades or perhaps long-term hold that you want to get in, perhaps. I was checking Japanese yen on the US dollar, and I think that US dollar is gonna be weakened comparing to yen. First of all, I saw a three-wave move that started somewhere in 2012 with the 5 triangle and the 5, and then I will go into this section here back to perhaps daily. Okay, so yeah, the trend is upwards, I agree, yeah, and there is this move here that does look impulsive, but in the end it was just a continuation of pattern. So if we have similar here, some sort of a triangle, then I would still assume that this is gonna continue up. But for the moment I see a 5, 3 and 5, and then I saw an impulse over here. No matter what happens, I think that this is stronger than that. Looks like the price action went to this imbalanced area since we didn't have any proper retrace here, and it filled the gap, and then we had again something that looks like an impulse. So this is your golden zone, and I would put my targets here to hunt for that. Perhaps we're gonna enter wave 3 here and drop more because all the stops are here. And let's go 1 hour quickly. So we want to see some sort of a lazy movement. And perhaps even this little order block is what it can nuke. So we need a 3-wave move, and that could be your wave 2. So either we're gonna have an A, B, C, or this is going to be 1, 2 and massive ripper 3 down. But it's gonna take some time to develop. Anyway, watch list. AI. If we're still bullish on this thing, and if this wasn't the ABC, I would call this to be a wave 2, and now we're going for wave 1, wave 2, or perhaps something lower here, or a touch on the pitchfork, and then off we go. For the moment I keep it here because in a wave 3, off a wave 3, wave 2 is actually really shallow. Like you can see even here, this was the size of wave 2. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the size of wave 2 and that now we go for a massive ripper. So long-term hold of AI, of course. Called it long time ago. Now let's see the continuation. Okay, Tesla. So I think that this was a wave 4 on Tesla, and perhaps we're gonna have a bit longer wave 5 than I expected, because this held. So yeah, you could have called this a 5, but considering the fact that it made corrective move here and it continued moving upwards, I have to consider that this is not over, and then that higher highs are coming. So this is your target for the third wave. Perhaps Tesla is not done. Perhaps this is not a leading diagonal after all. We're gonna see. Anyway, I'm out. I'm not in this trade anymore. Have your levels. I think it could reach here, but let's see. Okay, this one is interesting. It was brought up to my attention by one of our trading colleagues at the Trade Devils, Dr. John. And when I checked this chart for the first time, I saw that something completed when you have 535 move, and especially that you see proper 5. So this is a leading diagonal into a 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. So something ending in 5. This is really important. And then we had an action where I would think that there's still more to come to complete this third wave. And then if we have a 4 and a 5, well, then that's gonna be your wave 1 and a long-term hold. Wave 1 by the retracement, and then you hope for the 3 in the future, right? If we get something like a wave 1 here, and let's say that the 2 is here, so conservative trade 256. Logarithmic is gonna be much more, I think, around 100, but we have to get there. This is what I'm talking about. Put it on your watch list. Pay attention for the wave 4, and then we need another kick in the 5, and then we're gonna be certain of a reversal. So then 3-wave move is to be bought. I'm gonna follow it and update it. And Zoom is still dead, of course. I tried to fit something here to try to end it in 5, this being the move. One might say that the 4 is getting way too big comparing to wave 2, but if you look at it, the price didn't move much. This is the move of a correction, and if it's triangle, that means it's a last corrective pattern before the last impulsive one. So I want to see this, and then I want to see that, and then I can say that I have a impulsive move 5 or a motive wave. Again, same story. We buy the pullback, and that's gonna be your 1 2, and off we go. Long-term hold on Zoom communication. And the last one is gonna be NIO. So I'm inside of this one since here, and it's getting complex. I don't like the way it's developing, so I'm gonna try to make something out of it. Having a leading diagonal here with a pullback of a 3-wave move. I'm gonna call this a W or A in case we're having expanding diagonal, because there is an impulse here. You can end it here as well. But let's say just for the moment that this is an impulse, corrective impulse, so ABC. If we have a zigzag, then we can have impulsive retracement, and this can be expanding diagonal, expanding flat as your wave, 1 and 2, and then the 3 is to come. So if there is an impulse here, I would be a buyer, and green zone is my demand zone. If you guys are not in it. And then kind of move this for the moment. If we retrace all the way to these levels, or even further to trigger the stops here, for example, that's a conservative target. That's nothing for this asset, I think. This wave 3 and 4 and 5, and then again same story. All right, quick little update. If you guys are interested into something else than just crypto, because all of these are pretty clean when it comes to Elliott wave. Have a good day.